of the match, Fitzroy were leading by 11 points. Our commentators at the park, Sandy Roberts and Jack Edwards.
Into the final term here at Victoria Park, and Collingwood down by 11 points. Rain starting to fall. Can the Woods make the most of it and take the points against Fitzroy? Cloak wins the opening bounce. Harris gets caught. Comes the way of Morwood, who flicks it over his shoulder. Collingwood want the first goal. Edwards backing into the pack and takes a good mark. Alan Edwards playing at centre half forward, in fact hobbling on one knee. But he has the opportunity of making the margin just 5 points.
It'll take a good kick from Edwards, though, about 45 to 50 metres. The breeze will help him.
There's the torpedo punt. It's a beautiful kick for goal. And Arnold back in business. Second goal to Edwards. And Collingwood now within 5 points. As we check the scoreboard at Victoria Park, the Collingwood players elated at that start. It sees the Woods at 7-13-55, trailing Fitzroy 8-12-60 on 7's big lead.
That would be a great confidence lifter for Alan Edwards after having a bad, had a lot of knee surgery, and he did limp as he came away after taking that mark, but the fans were happy. He took the mark, then kicked the goal and topped it right on. Cloak, who's done well in the ruck, got it down, but Morwood had a chance, couldn't get in there. Parrish has the chance also. Now another chance for Morwood. He gets it out. Williams on the left boot very quickly into within 30 metres of goal. Thornton's a chance, though. He got a heavy knock. Play on still the call, and the umpire said a bounce. Now the bounce taking place only 35 metres out, possibly 40 metres out from Collingwood's goal. Only 5 points separate these teams. Been a close encounter all day. Fitzroy had bled all day, but that could be soon changed as Brown gets the ball moving forward towards Stewart. He tries to break away from the tackle. Well caught. It was a good tackle, and he'll pay the penalty, and Gary Pert will take the free kick.
From fullback, Pert will go. He can go out to Les Parrish. Does so, and this has opened up a pathway for Peter Francis on the centre wing region. Away he scoots with 2 bounces, runs his full distance, then puts the Roys down towards their half-forward line. Good mark taken. Here's a chance for Wilson. He's in trouble. Gets it quickly across to his teammate there in Harris, who gathers a high ball up towards full forward. A difficult one to mark, but Reeves takes a very good mark.
Well, Reeves came on interchange in the third quarter. Hasn't had any, I think, one possession so far. He's going to take this shot at goal, and a very important shot it is. You don't have to tell you that. There's only 5 points between the teams. And Michael Reeves is going to perform a teammate of mine, John Reed from North Melbourne. About to have this shot to Fitzroy. Drop punt kick, looks good off the boot, but the umpire moved across to his right, but indicated a goal. Nevertheless, Reeves has popped it through on 7's big league. We're only 3 minutes into the final term. Collingwood 7-13-55, Fitzroy 9-12-66.
So again, the 11-point margin, and really Collingwood have never been able to snatch the lead at all during this game. That incidentally was Fitzroy's first goal since the 11 or 12 minute mark of the third term. So they've waited some considerable time.
Goals have been hard to come by in this game, Sandy. Only 1-4 kicked by Collingwood in the third term and 1-5 by Fitzroy.
From the centre bounce, it's Walsh who puts Collingwood down towards their half-forward line. Edwards having to back once again. Osborne lost sight of it. Parrish didn't. Francis had his head ripped off and will take the free kick. Quickly plays on to Les Parrish. Goes out even wider. Ducking and dodging was Osborne. He eventually gets his kick up towards the half-forward line. Out they all come. Ruse trying to tap it forward. Still persisting and winning with persistence. Hooks it over his shoulder, in towards goal. Cloak late on the scene to spoil. Thumping it down. This could be dangerous, however. Picked up and shot towards goal. It looks good. It's a great kick by Michael Poynton. He kicks his first, and a steadier for the Roys. So they open up a 17-point break.
Going better into the breeze than they did with the breeze in the third term.
Yes. They move to 10-12-72. Collingwood is 7-13-55 on 7.
Co-tenants with the Magpies, so the Lions and the Magpies are going to share a nest, which is most unusual. So picked up by Loken, drives Fitzroy forward again, a chance for Quinlan. Can't take the mark. The ball with Wilson tries to soccer out of the pack, brought it out all right, but can't do a thing with it now as Byrne goes in to rest it Wrestled the ball from him, but Fitzroy an opportunity. Only about 20 metres out from their goal. This bounce will be affected by umpire John Russo, who is officiating today with umpire Neville Nash. So Cloke, who's done well in the ruck, got a left-handed tap toward the pocket area. Roos had hurried shot at goal. Williams caught in possession for mine, and the umpire said the ball held to him. So he may have been a bit fortunate. One arm must have been pinned, but umpire Russo will bounce now. You can see the goal square there in the background of the shot. Ball bounces toward the scoring zone, as a matter of fact. Might get rushed through. Williams' left foot kick comes out towards Brown. Carlson's there. I think the boundary umpire could win out here. Morwood keeps the ball in play, then threw it with the left hand, and the umpire said a boundary throw in.
Beautiful little throw. One hand pinned.
It's getting dark out here, isn't it?
Yes, I think that rain not far off. A little spit earlier. Loken trying to tap the ball forward. Well done, Billy. Away he goes. Gets it across the point. And don't tell me there's another one coming up. And he's pulled that one and one behind only.
Well, it would have been a very handy goal for Fitzroy, Sandy.
My word.
10-13-72, the Fitzroy score. 10-13-73. It's been changed now to show. Should have watched the screen. To Collingwood 7-13-55. So 3 goals the difference between these teams. Collingwood coming straight down the ground again. Side bottom up one-handed to bring the ball to Turk. It was good thinking. Picked up the shot short by Parrish. It's in towards Reeves. Oof. Strong football there. Coming out was Phillips like a train. He got the ball over the boundary line.
But Fitzroy, apart from that one goal kicked by Alan Edwards, doing all the attacking in the opening 6.5 minutes of this final term. We've still got a ton of time left. A great start for the Roys.
If it does rain, it'll be to Fitzroy's advantage.
That's out of bounds on the full, so Greg Phillips will bring it back into play. No, he won't. Says, you can have it, Michael. Michael Taylor in the back pocket. Tumbling a punt. It's getting very dark here. And Ricky Barham, the racehorse, loves a run. Away he goes. Herbert, good attempt, and in fact a good mark at the second grab.
Chance for Collingwood now. If Herbert can move the ball quickly before it gets packed up down here. Not a good kick off the side of the boot. Lewis went up the ball with Harris. A little kick comes out of the pack. It's been sharp though.
Oh.
And another chance for Collingwood to get it out. They can't do so. Fitzroy through Roos now. Gets it out toward Hinchin. Hinchin with the ball in front of him. Gathers it in up towards Wilson. It's going to bounce badly for Wilson and Taylor. Taylor first to it. Bounces badly for Taylor again. Wilson's left-handed hand pass towards Roos, but Parrish intercepts. Looks for a hand pass back to Hinchin. It comes back in that direction, but Roos is in the way. His hand pass completely ineffective. Morwood goes in against Wilson, and I think the umpire will have to bounce. A couple of players down there showing signs of distress. One was Parrish, and I see Wilson also hobbling away. Although he does look all right. He damaged the knee in the second term, it was. He does appear to be all right now, with the heavy rain clouds hanging around Victoria Park as Cloke goes up to get the tap down. Loken's in there. Another bounce will be taking place here because the players can't do a thing with it. As the time clock ticks away, this will be to Fitzroy's advantage, of course. 8.5 minutes gone the final term. You're watching on Seven's Big League.
18 points the margin. Won by Cloke. Down to Barham. A hurried kick blindly. Morwood underneath it, but well spoiled by Hinchin. He's done a very good job today. Herbert's in all sorts of strife. Can't get the kick away. To Roos once again, looking for Reeves. Picked up by Herbert, handling it so quickly. Not looking at all. Byrne, beautifully tackled. Brown, over the shoulder. Not good football at all at the moment, but that was a good mark. Away he goes, onto side bottom, and side he hooks that one right into the pocket, and Gary Wilson won't get to that. And a throw in the right, between the right forward pocket and the right forward flank, with Fitzroy doing all the attacking. Just over 9 minutes of this final term have elapsed. Cloke and side bottom again. Sidey going down with the ball.
Very scrambly football here.
Messy, isn't it? As Barham on the bottom, and believe it or not, a free kick has been plucked out of that.
And right in front of the Collingwood Social Club stand too.
To Leon Harris. Short, he's going to go right across the face of goal.
He who waits is lost.
Yes, and well could he be. Twisting, turning, dodging, and well tackled Philip Walsh, and Michael Poynton this time has lost it.
Should have gone into the ball instead of waiting for it. Anyhow, Walsh is going to move the ball very quickly too. Not a bad kick. He puts it down toward Edwards. Hinton should wait down, which he should have. The ball's been forced over the back. Free kick will go to Edwards on the centre wing position. So as the umpire indicates time on, Edwards will drive this ball down to, I think Stewart may even lead eventually. He hasn't moved as yet. But Edwards is way up on centre wing. Maybe he'll just kick and hope that Stewart can get into position. It's a high floating kick. Stewart is the target, of course. A big fist puts it down. The fist from Clayton comes down. Shaw looks for a teammate. Can't find one yet. It's high. Dacos. A chance here.
Oh,
a chance for Dacos. Yes! That was really a sucker goal. That's a great piece of work. Peter Dacos hasn't had a great day, but he's brought Collingwood back. It's Fitzroy, 10-13, 73. Collingwood 8-13, 61 on Sevens big lead.
And you said it, Jack. It was like soccer because it came off the top of his head, bounced out in front of him, and then he completed it Manchester United style. So will that one lift the Woods back into business? They trail by 12 points, and we've only played just over 10.5 minutes of this final term. Peter Dacos kicks his first goal.
Well, if that doesn't lift them, nothing will, because it was a great team lift of that one. A free kick at the centre bounce will go to Coleman of Fitzroy. Now he'll get the ball moving fairly long, I would think. Side bottom the target, in front of the pack. Can't take the mark, and Pickett. Willie Pickett will turn them out. Down he comes to the half-forward zone. A chance for Lewis. Can't get to the flight of it. Had the ball now. In trouble. Or as he gets himself in this fella. Does he ever get himself into trouble? And free kick will be taken by Williams. Well, he had enough time.
Great tackle, though, isn't he?
Oh, he's a great. Once you're tackled by Williams, you stay tackled, don't you? He's very strong. So here's a chance to kick his second goal and put Collingwood within one straight kick of Fitzroy. That's providing he's accurate. Stewart waits for the ball in the square. He hopes he doesn't have to contest the mark. He won't contest the mark. It's going straight through the centre. And Collingwood are within 6 points of Fitzroy. Fitzroy 10-13, 73. Collingwood 9-13, 67. You're watching all this on Sevens Big League.
And the Collingwood flags are up here at Victoria Park. One straight kick. And look at them.
Yes, the banners are waving.
The Army, as we go back for the centre bounce, the chant begins for Collingwood. Cloak will be against Coleman. No decisive tap from the middle, but it's Cloak who brings it out and, strangely enough, kicks it down towards the half-forward line. They all waited for it. Clayton got caught. Williams pounces in over the top. Dacos waits for it to come out. It doesn't, but Collingwood have it in their attacking zone, some 55 metres out from goal. And if they could score in the next minute or so, then no doubt this place would absolutely erupt. David Cloak looking a little worse for wear. Will let Morwood contest the ruck out. Francis gets a hurried kick. Pert and Wilson both after it with Herbert of Collingwood. Boundary line will be too quick for all of them, and we'll see a throw-in between Collingwood's half-forward flank and the centre wing region on the outer side at Victoria Park. Conditions very overcast, almost dark here. Coleman from behind. Williams snares it. Can he play one of those big final quarters? Dacos at the back. Here's the opportunity for the master. He loses it. Clayton goes in, boots and all, sees it over the line, and yet another throw-in. This time, though, it is 30 metres closer to the Collingwood scoring zone.
It's only about 30 metres out from goal where the boundary throw-in will land. So everything depends on the ruck work. Williams got it down to the front of the pack, but the boundary umpire will win out again. We'll see yet another boundary throw-in taking place in the same position, or just about the same. Only one goal separate these teams. Fitzroy have led all day at each change. In fact, they've led all day, so we'll just stop at that. Will they take it out in the finish? But Hinchin kicks long up toward the wing position. The ball hits the turf. The little fellows come in. It would have been a free kick downfield. I think that was Herbert got pushed in the back, been forced out. Hurt in all sorts of trouble. Nearly lost his head. A chance for Barham. The shot on its way. It's going through. And scores a level at Victoria Park. 10-13 apiece. The time clock 14 minutes into the final turn. Barham kicks him second, and it's all on Sevens Big League.
Ricky Barham, the one that brought them back. He kicked one in the second term, and now that one. As he scores at 10-13 apiece. Rod Lewis is leaving the ground for Fitzroy and making his way back on. It looks like Terry O'Neill. But the crowd is alight. Coleman and Cloak. Won by Coleman. Here comes Sidebottom. Barnstorming his way through. Look out, says Sidey, as he gives it to Francis. Out he goes wide towards Michael Poynton, who goaled earlier this term. Picken tries to intercept. Barham is there too. Billy Picken throwing everything he can into this final term. And the umpire will finally come in and say, look, he was attempting the handball, so I'll have a bounce.
15 minutes have gone, the final turn from Victoria Park. Umpire Neville Nash today, umpiring with John Russo. And they certainly have a job on their hands here. Scores level. Sidebottom got the ball moving forward. A chance for Reeves. Reeves into the open goal. He puts it on the boot. And it's gone through. Fitzroy lead by 6 points over Collingwood here at Victoria Park as Michael Reeves boots the 11th goal for Fitzroy. 11-13, 73. It's being changed now. 79. And 73 is a
Go back to Victoria Park now and rejoin the game at the 24-minute mark of the term. Fitzroy leading by 5 points.
Collingwood 10-16, 76, and the ball delivered toward Edwards on the half-back flank member's side. Picked up here by Poynton. He goes in toward the centre-half forward position. Good thinking. Puts the ball into the attacking part of the ground, but it can't be picked up cleanly as yet. Wilson accepts the hand pass now, shoots one out to Hinchin. He backs his pace, he gets a hand pass into Pert. All the defenders seem to be getting the ball up there in the forward line for Fitzroy. Carlson goes goalward. It's a great shot at goal. It's a goal to Lee Carlson. He kicks his second. And has Collingwood's run finished? I'm not sure yet because we are not 25 minutes into the quarter yet. Collingwood on 10-16, 76. Fitzroy 12-15, 87 on Sevens big lead. Well, it does appear that Collingwood may have lost this game, but we are not quite up to the time-on period as yet. We have a few seconds to go. It's only 2 straight kicks, 10-16, 76 to 12-15, 87. Out it come by Coleman. No one can pick up cleanly. Anea dives on top of it. Can't get it out yet. The ball stood underneath that pack of players. Francis, who's played very well for Fitzroy, does the tackling against Barham there, and we'll see a bounce taking place still in the centre of the ground. So umpire Neville Nash about to put it down. Collingwood fans have quietened down a little bit now. Cloak tried to get the ball away. Can't do so as yet. Eventually got it out. No one can really do much with the football. It's still in there under a pack of players. The umpire said a free kick going Collingwood's way. Herbert with the ball, but it will not be his free kick. It will be taken by Ricky Barham. Ricky Barham looking down to the half-forward zone. Chance for Pert. Stood his ground. Oh, nearly a miraculous mark. Picked up by Edwards. He hooks it around. It bounces badly for all. Tapped over to Dacos. He shoots a goal. But oh, he's way off target. And Peter Dacos has not had the best of days. Really, he should have popped that one straight through. What was that, Michael? Peter Dacos has kicked 1 goal 4 out of the Collingwood total of 10 goals 17. So 10 points separate the teams now. And O'Neill kicking into the outer side of the ground. With the players set themselves and over the top, that should have been a mark paid, I would say, to Coleman. Coleman with the ball in the back pocket, taking plenty of time. Now he gets a hand pass working. Fitzroy trying to take as much time as they possibly can, waste what's on the clock. We're at 26.5 minutes into the quarter, and the ball forced out of the pack on that occasion by Loken, but the umpire said it's a free kick to Bill Picken. Billy Picken looking down to half forward again. Big Cloak's there. Tries to get it down the front. Tapped on by Carlson. A big punch too towards Sidebottom. Chance for Parrish. Parrish picks up but can't get away. He loses his footing. Trying to get a hand pass out. Another chance existing for Collingwood now as the ball is driven down to the half, or not quite the half-forward zone, down to the centre of the ground. Carlson kicks off the ground. But there are 4 Collingwood players here. They can do what they like with it. Eventually the hand pass comes out to Anea from Miles. Anea gets it moving out toward Dacos. Morwood's there. He went up one hand. Dacos picks up. Will it be a goal or a point? What's he going to do? He shoots it. Smothered by O'Neill. Goes out toward the forward pocket for Collingwood. Stewart a chance. Can't do a great deal with it. Tries to get a hand pass out. Can't do so. The umpire calls play on, and Gary Pert seems to be in second gear as he got the ball moving up toward Loken on centre wing. Little hip and shoulder puts the opposition out of the way. And now we see Coleman coming through the centre of the ground for Fitzroy. Up towards the half-forward zone it travels. No one could take it cleanly. Roos was pushed in the back. The umpire calls play on. Reeves picks up for Fitzroy. Goes goalward. And it's another goal to Fitzroy. 3-2. Michael Reeves has certainly been a great interchange player for Fitzroy. And I think that is the goal that will take the game out for Fitzroy. On Sevens big league, Collingwood 10-17, 77. Fitzroy 13-15, 93 points.
And Fitzroy winning the match by 16 points, a thriller at Victoria Park, where our commentators were Sandy Roberts and Jack Edwards. The statistics on the match today from that particular game, let's take a look at them now. The marks 45 to 51 in favour of the Lions. The kicks in favour of the Royals, 200 to 177. The free kicks, 30 to 27. The handball, 61 to 59. The hit-outs, 35 to 27, with Collingwood in the ascendancy. And the shots at goal, 34 to 33. So the stats very much even, a very even game, but the Lions just coming away in the final few minutes to win.